In most business conversations, solo is the starting condition, the thing you do before you build something bigger. In coaching, solo can be the deliberate destination. A solo practice in the 300 to 500,000 range is a real achievable outcome, not a consolation prize, not a waiting room. A considered choice made by practitioners who understood both options and picked this one. There's a version of success in coaching that doesn't get talked about much in the growth and scale conversation. The solo practitioner at full maturity. No employees, no associates, no licensing or course empires. Just a practice with excellent clients, strong pricing, a referral engine that works, and margins that often beat a small firm that hasn't hit critical mass yet. That outcome is real, it's achievable, and it's worth understanding before you decide you need to build something bigger. Solo is not what you do until you can afford to hire people. For some practitioners, it's the deliberate destination. What does that practice actually require to get there? 15 to 25 active clients, depending on engagement structure and session cadence. A niche sharp enough to command above median pricing. Not a niche you flirt with, one you've committed to and built a reputation inside. A referral engine compounded over 5 to 8 years. Not a launch strategy, a compounding relationship network. And the 5 determinative decisions executed well: niche, offer, demand, sales, ethics. That's the build. The $300,000 to $500,000 outcome doesn't come from adding things. It comes from doing the 5 things well and compounding them over a decade. From Module 3.2, the capacity ceiling math revisited. Solo maturity is what happens when you've resolved the ceiling question through pricing and niche rather than headcount. The solo path includes things the firm path doesn't. Creative control over every client engagement. You're in every conversation, not delegating the work your reputation earned. Client relationship continuity. The person who sold the engagement is the person delivering it. No payroll, no performance management, no associate quality risk. An operations backbone that stays simple by design. These are not consolation items. For some practitioners, they're exactly the outcomes that matter. Be honest about the other side. The solo path doesn't give you capacity for enterprise engagements that require a coaching team. A 6-figure program requiring 4 coaches over 12 months isn't something one person can deliver alone. It doesn't give you the institutional infrastructure that opens certain procurement doors. Some corporate buyers require proof of bench depth before they will contract. And it places a ceiling on the number of clients one person can hold at a sustainable quality level. These are real constraints. If your goals or your market require what solo can't deliver, that's relevant information. The decision should be made with both sides in view. A solo practice with a tight niche, strong referral engine, and above median pricing generates a high percentage of gross revenue as take-home. Lower overhead than a firm. No payroll. No management tax on your time. A small firm that hasn't reached critical mass often earns less per coach hour than the principal earned solo, because the overhead, management time, and quality control investment haven't yet been offset by associate revenue. Consider 2 coaches at year 8. One ran a deliberate solo practice with high pricing, a specific niche, and under $15,000 of overhead. One attempted to build a small firm but never quite got the associate model working. Similar revenue, lower margins, significant management overhead. Solo isn't automatically the lower earning option. At the right stage, it may be the higher margin one. From Module 1.2.2's 10-year view, craft, profession, and practice are 3 distinct investments. Solo practice has more room to optimize the craft dimension. You stay in the coaching work, your presence compounds in client relationships, your skills continue to develop because you're doing the work every day. Firm building optimizes the practice dimension. You're building an entity, a team, a brand that's larger than you. The craft investment competes with the build investment for the same hours. Neither is superior. They're different bets. This unit is about making the bet deliberately. The Soloverse Firm Decision Canvas from your course resources asks you to write the next 5 years twice. Once solo, once as a small firm. For each version, answer, on a Tuesday at 3 in the afternoon, what are you doing? Not what you aspire to be doing. What you'd actually be doing based on the demands of that design. The gap between your 2 Tuesday afternoons is the decision. What happens when the firm path grows into territory where you're no longer doing the work that built the practice in the first place? That's the operator versus coach time conflict, and it's predictable. 10.3.2.